person I could think of. But anyways, he approached me from behind, might have pulled my hair and gave me a big sniff. Jason Keighin at McDonald's, everybody. Anyways, then you should have seen my son, Chelvin. I call him Chelvin. His name's really Rex. And then this is Rosie behind me. These are my kids. Chelv is what we call him since he was born. And Jason rescued him from McDonald's play place one time. That was really cool, too. So this is a man of many prized things. He can save your kids in the McDonald's play place. He really crawled in, and that is for like 6-year-olds. It was really impressive. What else did he do at McDonald's? I love seeing this guy at McDonald's. He's got some pretty crazy stories, and I hope he shares some McDonald's stories. Anyways, I have like one joke to tell. I said my son's name is Rex Chelvin. I'm just gonna say why we call him Chelvin. Anyways, there's only 150 people, and I think the world named Chelvin, and this is one of them. So that's pretty crazy. That's a pretty weird name, isn't it? It came from a meme. A Slim Fast meme. I said, some guy just randomly messaged Slim Fast on Facebook Messenger. He says, I feed this to my newborn son, Chelvin, every day instead of mother's milk. Thank you so much. This is to Slim Fast, okay? Slim Fast responds, I think you're joking, but in case you're not, please do not feed your baby Slim Fast. That is not the intended use. And the guy responds, I want a slim son.
Oh my god.
That's for telling me his name. Jason Keighin, everybody. Thank you. It's Father's Day, that's why I just did that.
It is Father's Day. Is it Father's Day or was last week time? Tomorrow's Father's Day?
Yeah. It was a Father's Day theme.
Facebook hasn't told me yet.
Yeah, it's Bring Your Kids to Jason Keighin Comedy Show Day.
Holy shit. That's called evidence for family court when your freaking old lady takes you for everything, but you finally pay off everything and sell it. That's what that's called. Chelvin. Go get your dad. Chelvin. The box is calling your name, Chelvin. Chelvin. Anyways, son, you may not know this, and you find people right there in the breeze. Is the sun in your eyes? Are you guys okay? Is the temperature okay? Is everything okay? Everything's good. Okay, I pulled up here about 6:33 in the PM, as I normally do. And if you can't tell, there's a little break in the fence right there where you can see clearly on the historical Route 24 here in eastern Chinoa, Illinois. Do you guys know what I saw when I pulled up? You know it was here? 25 minutes before my show? There were 37 like 12 and under girls playing volleyball right here for a show that's going to contain BBC, felonies, prison stuff, and, well, all kinds of fuckery. This is my sixth or seventh show here at OB's since July of last year, I believe. I thank everybody for coming. Some of my diehards aren't here because this is my first Saturday show, and apparently they have something I don't. That's a life, and they go do things like camping and go to weddings because they have things like friends, or as I like to call them, liabilities. So that's where they're at. I hope everybody's having a good time. My son looks nonplussed. He's sitting 2 chairs away from who's supposed to be his future betrothed. And he has a big Harry Johnson in between him and his girlfriend. The gentleman in the black hat, and the black shirt, and the black sunglasses is named Johnson. And he's Harry. And right now, Harry Johnson is in between my son and his beloved. And his beloved is just loving it. Because now my son is just stuck with nothing but a big Harry Johnson between him and his future fiance. They're really hardcore. They've been together a while. Well, for the first time? It's the first time you've seen a big Harry Johnson? Have you only seen shaved cock, son? Is that your first wrong turn movie Johnson? Walking in the woods, everything's fine. You're looking at the monarch butterflies and the big red-breasted bobbler fucking things, and then you hear a twig snap, you turn around, you see a hairy face, and it goes, next thing you know, you wake up, your asshole's sore, P. Diddy isn't there, you're wondering what the fuck happened. Is it your first Johnson, son? I don't know. I have a close coworker, friend of mine, and his beautiful family. Two of them are taking, one's a minor. So, gentlemen, I'm sorry, you're shit out of luck. I mean, half this crowd works in prison, the other half doesn't want to go to prison, and nobody wants to know what the state chow tastes like. But on Sloppy Joe Day, everybody eats for some fucking reason. I don't know. What's your favorite meal in prison, son? What's your favorite meal? You have a favorite state tray. What is it?
Egg sandwiches.
Egg sandwiches. You get egg sandwiches? Is that
Custom made.
custom made?
It doesn't count.
Oh, that's officer's kitchen. You guys get egg sandwiches? You make $100,000 a year and you still get egg sandwiches? You pieces of shit?
Yes.
When's the last time you fucking turned in a work order for one of your gallery people? Yesterday?
A week.
When did they get it turned? When did they hand it to you? Or when did they want you to fill it out? 5 days? Oh, okay. We don't need no convicts with full shitters. You know that, right? Because they have full shitters, they've got ammunition! The monkeys love throwing shit. You fucking know that. You know it. The little monkeys love their fecal matter. It's fucking beautiful. Steven, I'm uncomfortable. I'm highly uncomfortable. I don't know who those two are, but they seem pretty cool. There's 2 minor children, and their aunt and their father. So I don't know if we're all just in this felony together right now while I'm talking like this fucking shit, or what's going on. And then you've got DOC, Mrs. DOC, State Police Operations Division. DOC and
DOC
DOC.
operations.
So, I'm beginning this show, as I always do. I'm giving everybody a choice of what I speak about. I've got some talking points. But first I'd like to say, how many people are drinking? How many people got alcoholic drinks right now? You guys got alcoholic drinks? You guys got alcoholic drinks? Well, I like to give a little PSA at the beginning of my shows, and this PSA is going to be involving public drinking, felonies, and insecurities. If you're a man and you're drinking in public, the more you drink, the closer to a felony you are. And I know what you're thinking. It's just jail. I'll bond out. Illinois doesn't have a cash bail system anymore. Also, most people, when they think about jail, they just think about fights, shit food, concrete and steel, this, that, and the other. But they don't take into account the amount of big black cock they're gonna fucking see when they go to prison. Motherfucker, I'm gonna rob this bank, I'm gonna get all this money. Not once, not once. There's some 14-inch thick, 14-inch fucking long, wrist thick, fucking big, black, meaty, hairy dick.
Okay, that's another.
Enter their mind. And see, he's never gonna fuck up right there. He's just, what the fuck? Never. So drink up. See, my guy's got Mountain Dew. My guy's had a brush with felonies. My guy's had a brush. He's had a brush. It probably involves a Jeep, some alcohol, a country road, and some bitch-ass deputy in the middle of a broke county. Close enough? Roger that, sir. Roger that. Roger that. Dylan, I got a question. How's it feel to know that you just look like oozing sex? Is it a big responsibility?
Well, I know, I anticipate you talking about me like that, so I get pretty jacked up. I like it.
Like,
Yeah,
you know the
I
myth.
love coming to these shows because I know you're going to talk.
You know
about
the
that.
myth about your dad, right? See, he knows the myth too. This kid is spot on. He's 2 for 2. I'm going to fucking jail. This is some fucking bullshit. I mean, look at Dylan. He's got the length. You can't tell if that bulge in his pants is his fucking phone or everything the good Lord and his daddy Juan gave him. Look at the he doesn't have that shitty millennial patchy fucking beard. He's got the features. He's rocking the properly length hair. Unlike my man behind him who shaves his head because he has to be aerodynamic when he's running from the county boys. I work for the state, I ain't catching no felonies. No felonies. No face, no case. I really disagree with that statement because of what it involves, but my manager actually told me that yesterday. She's like, what? No face, no case. Steven, she told me that. She's like, what? No face, no case. I'm like, you are fucking insane, bro. You are fucking insane. So anyways, at the end of this PSA, I'd like to remind you, the more you drink in public, the closer to big black cock you are. She just crossed her leg. She's like, I'm here for it. I'm not picking you. I'm not picking on you. I'm not picking. Christina's gonna walk out. Christina grew up in Chicago, man. She knows some chocolate. Ay, cabrón. That was hard. I was in 11th grade.
Don't get me started.
Ay, Dios mío. Not bad, Steve. Not bad, bro.
I got mad game.
You do, bro. But you're like this big around, so I'm sure sweatpant day in your house is an enclosed affair. I'm sure. Did DJ really come up to the store wearing sweatpants one time with a big old fucking puppet? Did never mind. Can't talk about that. What I can talk about is commercial deep fat fryers and software engineers. And how I know they're communists and they hate humanity. So as some of you may know, I work at a local restaurant. May or may not have a drive-thru. And in that restaurant, there is no less than 47,000 machines with 13 different alarms, speakers, not just alarms, in each of their fucking systems. Now, when I show up at my fucking job at 5 o'clock in the morning, the first thing I do after I clock in, because they ain't getting no free fucking labor, is I turn a sending unit on to send the oil down to an oil recycling machine, let that cycle, shut it off. While it's cycling, I do some cleaning. When it's done cycling, I shut it off, I let that cool. The next set of fryers, I send that down for recycling to put new oil in later. And then I let that filter cool down. When all that's done, I've done cleaning, I come and I do the fucking filters. So you pull these things out the bottom, you take them to the back, you get all the junk. It's basically like, if you guys remember smoking out of metal paraphernalia, smoking weed out of metal paraphernalia, you had to get the fucking resin out of there. Same process, only more arduous. Anyways, when you get done with this 2-hour process, Steve, it's about 2 hours, right? And the first hour is the first set, and the second hour is the second set. Before you're 20 minutes into cleaning the second filter, you hear this boop-a-doop, boop-a-doop, and that boop-a-doop is the fryer that you just hand scrubbed with 300-degree fucking metal around it, oil, all that good stuff, that you just spent an hour on processing, filtering, and cleaning, and all this, that, and the other. It's telling you, or it's asking you, hey boy, would you like to filter me now? And you're like, no, I just filtered you. And so you go on cleaning with all the fucking filters. And then when you put that filter in, automatically it's like, would you like to filter me again? You need to filter me. Filter me! These motherfucking fryers, the software engineers, you know everything was made in China, you know the software was made in China, you know all that shit, but the way these alarms go off and why they go off and how loud they are, you gotta wonder if those software engineers read a bunch of 1930s Germany literature, because that shit is fucking torture. Because if it's beeping, it means it needs work, and if it's beeping, they think you didn't work on it, and then you need to work on it more, and you're like, it's like Super Troopers. When the dude ate the weed and they pulled the people over and they're like, they come back and they say, pull over more. And the kid's like, we can't pull over any further, we can't do it. And the fryer's like, would you like to filter me again? Filter me! Fucking quality check! And it's just like, I can't do anything. What do you want me to do? It's like fucking an expensive fucking hooker. She's like, fuck me. Like, I'm using everything, bitch. That's the bottle of champagne. It's like, there's nothing you can fucking do to satisfy these things. Which is why I married a church-going woman. My wife is
A software engineer.
a software engineer. But she's also patient, kind, and loving, and understanding, and she has to be with this kind of psychosis that she does. And my son, he's just sitting there, like, I'm not going to say anything he's heard before, but he knows what I'm going to say, because it's going to be along those lines. Dad's going to talk about big dick, he's going to talk about assholes, he's going to talk about young people, he's going to talk about his own asshole, and he's going to throw some other shit in there. I'm really, really fucking nervous up here. My first show, I had a whole room filled. My second show, I had it half filled. And it stayed about that way since. But there's always new faces. Oh my God, Dylan, these people snuck in here. I didn't see them. What the fuck? And I was just going to talk about how the pressure of new people at my shows squeezes me. Like, okay, so I work at a fast food restaurant, right? I'm not a narrow person. Okay, I used to be skinny, but we call those the Ritalin years. Back when my dick was about yay big. And my dick being that size is why I got myself off Ritalin, because you're not supposed to be 30 with a dick that big, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, fucking, when you go down the way, me personally, because I'm married, I hope to have a man on one side and a man on the other. Not because I'm gay, not because I prefer man, but because my wife is a good and decent person. So, if there's a woman or girl on this side, and let's say Steve on the table side where the sandwiches are getting made, I let Steve know politely that myself and the woman on this side are kind of thick, and he's going to get the dick, and the chick's going to get the butt. And he needs to understand that this is not sexual in nature, regardless of what feelings it arouses in him. And then I slide ever so gently right past Steve. Just look at that guy. Look at him. That's Steve. Look at him. He has a grace and elegance for the time bygone. Steve looks like the uncle you and I grew up with. You and me, buddy. The uncle that would show up with a grocery store bag with 2/5 and a fucking 2-liter and a lunchbox cooler full of ice, and always knew wherever he went there was a red Solo cup for that shit to go into. And somehow he always picked up somebody from the fucking party. That's Steven. I love me some Steven. We have several personalities that work at my restaurant. And well, before I do this next line, can I ask the audience a question? What does Santa say? What does Santa say? What does he say? Oh. So, I hope this audience is intelligent enough to understand this joke. But I refer to a bunch of the people I work with as Santa's little helpers. Mia, nor Madeline, are Santa's little helpers. Mia is a little baby. And Madeline is proper. She has a future in college, and she has a boyfriend. Because what I'm assuming is she likes to play with her food. You know, focus the magnifying glass on the ant type stuff. And these two are awesome. Because unlike me, where I dive face first into all the drama, she sucked whose dick? These two will just kind of sit back and they will maintain the same face forever, like Fedor Emelianenko in an MMA fight. That guy would knock somebody's jaw off their face and look like this the whole time. The whole time. And then when they hear something extremely fucking stupid, Madeline's face will go just like this. And she'll wait for the moment to pass. And then she'll go over to the register, she'll pull out her phone. And then she'll go back, or she'll do her job. Whatever is needed, Madeline does. Mia is just, look at that smile. Look at her. She's bright. She's just happy. She wants to have like 50 kids. I told her she's going to be an abuela by the time she's 40. But what's going to be crazy is By the time her oldest child has their first child, her youngest child is only going to be 3 months. Right? Right? So I don't know if you know anything about Mexican families, but if you got an uncle who's 3 months and you got a nephew who was just born, those two are catching a charge together in about 15, 20 years. That's how it happens. Look at her. Look, she knows. She knows. Christina knows what's up. And look, he is going to be a grandma someday. Do you guys mind if I take a moment to take a drink of this fine Chanel water? By the way, I've never boiled Chanel water when they've told me to. I drink 2 gallons of coffee a day. I don't give a fuck. I lived for years on a farm about 3 miles that way, and I drank water out of a fucking gravity well for like 5 years. Now, I may tribute to the autism you've seen before you, but I don't give a fuck because I want my coffee now. This is the absolute quietest show I've been to. Dylan's got this JBL stereo set up that like fuckboy me, you know, in fuckboy air when you got a studio fucking apartment, which is just, well, for most bachelors, their fucking pad is covered in grease and fucking STDs, fucking luminol because their apartment's been raided by the cops 5 times. I was a little bit more cleaner. I have no idea what I was talking about. I lost myself. I broke my rule. My normal rule is at 5 o'clock I stop smoking weed. I sit down and I write this shit. Normally when I do that, I'm at my kitchen table. This time I did it at my desk in my office where all of my shit is located. Fuck. I just realized none of my ethnic friends are here. Hope I'm not getting around. Anyways, and so while I was writing, I was fucking smoking. And here we are now, me explaining to you fine people who are spending your free Saturday night. There he is. Look at him. That's Zachary B. The Majestic. 5, 6 years ago, people were underestimating him just thinking he was some fucking chubby kid, and then he turned out to be this powerlifting mega dick motherfucker. Look at him. He's got his legs wide the fuck open because he's got to make room for that scrotum. Yeah, third shift EMT. I get more calls about things up their ass than your DOC friends do, Jason. Oh yeah. Speaking of pains in the ass, there's Lauren Scissor, ladies and gentlemen, in the doorway. Such a fine figure of a woman. Anyways, Lauren is unlike most millennials in that she knows how to laugh. When I was younger, yes. You're Mexican, it's close enough. Anyways, when I was young, it was the young people that laughed at my shit because the young people were rebellious. When I was young, you know, we had some go-gettedness in us. I mean, if you were 12 years old in 1989 and you wanted to get a fucking porn magazine, you know how many people you had to pay off? You had to like bring it up. It was like buying a Coke in a town you'd never been in. You got to talk to a guy who knows a guy who knows the guy. But that guy isn't going to meet you there. You got to like meet him out the country. You got to drive past each other. You know what I'm saying? And fucking, so we'd experienced a lot of shit by the time we were 13. We had to deal with creeps, all that shit. Just to fucking see a titty. Just to see a titty. Because VHS machines were what, $700 when they came out? We were buying that shit, so you couldn't watch fucking porn. Shit. So you had to get like a 14-person hand-me-down fucking magazine with shit stuck together. So kids laughed. When I was a kid, kids laughed. Well, I work in a public setting, which is probably nerve-wracking for my wife because on like my 3rd day, I actually met the chief procurement officer for the global construction equipment company that she works for. And I do this all day with people. Steven sees me out there, rolling on the table, talking about big black cock to 70-year-old people. You know why I'm talking about big black cock to 70-year-old people in fucking McDonald's? Because the fucking 20-year-olds don't know how to laugh at anything. They're like, oh God, he said a color. I need to Google to see if I can fucking laugh at that fucking shit. Oh my God. Or they just look at you fucking terrified, like, Neil, what is that? Why do young people do that? You're the youngest person here who can understand the English language. Why do they do that? Are you guys just worried you're gonna laugh at something you shouldn't laugh at? You're gonna be on fucking video, and next thing you know, it's gonna be hard copy tonight at Noah McDonald's. Me and so and so fucking laughed at a semi-racist joke that was 1% racist. Like, I don't get it. I'm probably gonna kill some fucking old people with my shit at the restaurant because I tell them these jokes when they're fucking eating, bro. When they're eating, I see old Ethel fucking take a bite of a fucking goddamn a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, and fucking I'm like, I need to tell you about the first time I saw my stepdad's nutsack. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, so I practice this shit all day on people, and I somehow feel that I do a better job with the 5 a.m. Ceramic morning cup of coffee crowd than I'm doing with you guys. You guys just relax. Are you guys enjoying the show? Is everybody having a good time? You too? Are you guys doing all right? This game fucker probably works 70 hours a week. He's just here to fucking throw it on. He's gonna pass out in his comfortable little love seat there with his beautiful wife. In about half an hour, she's just gonna wake him up. He's gonna get up. Let's go home and do that thing you like. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm gonna shut off the lamps for you and let you go to bed first. That's the thing my wife does. We're different kind of people, that's all. So anyways, the other equipment at work that I really love, Steve, I'm sure it's your favorite, the motion sensors. The motion sensors, too. You know, the motion sensors. The hand wash sink, the motion sensor that won't turn on when you're 4 inches away from the sink, but if you walk in the front door of the goddamn store 130 feet away, that motherfucker's turning on. Because it's got a straight line of sight. You can be right fucking here. You're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this. You look like goddamn it Peyton Manning behind his fattest fucking center at the fucking goddamn Indianapolis. Omaha, blue 32, 75, 36, 38. You will walk away from that goddamn sink, walk down the fucking line, go at the front of the line, 50 fucking feet away, and you'll see that sink turn the fuck off. Which is why I know software engineers like Zachary B hate me. Fuck. Sorry, I just had to. So the real hatred with the motion sensors doesn't come in with the faucet. In the bathrooms, they have motion sensors on dispensers. And if I could give you an instance on how sensitive those soap dispenser sensors are. You ever accidentally jerk your phone away from your spouse when she tries to take it out of your hands? You ever done that just out of reflex or whatever? I've never done it because I'm not a whore. But for those who have, you've seen those videos where the girls phone over, bitch, divorce, fucking my lawyer's on the phone. That's how sensitive these soap sensors are. Do you know whose job it is to janitorially maintain the entire fucking 4-acre property of my restaurant? Fatty right here. Oh yeah, so part of the process is you get the same you get the motherfucking goddamn counter, you do the counter, you do the mirrors. First you do the mirrors because the mirrors are up top. You want to go down. You always want to go top down. Unlike setting a building on fire, when you're cleaning, you want to go top down. Arson, bottom up, cleaning, top down. Remember that. You got door jams, you got ceiling fans, all that shit top down. And that's after I've taken care of the loo, which is an English word for shitter. And so by the time I get to the sinks, I am just in the greatest fucking mood. You know, I'm 47 years old. I've been through some things. I've seen some shit. I've made some accomplishments. I just got done scrubbing the toilet to a high polish shine. There isn't any fucking rough spots from the salt buildup from people's pee because I care about my job. Part of my job is cleaning off that counter. That counter is located approximately 3 fucking inches away from the soap dispensers. And every time you wipe, the soap dispenser goes, and it leaves some ditty juice. A little nice, little curved fucking right there. And you're like, fuck. And you're like, it goes can't stop, won't stop. It doesn't stop. And that's in the first 15 minutes of your day. So by 5:15, I know you guys, when you're eating shit on the fucking line and the cars are wrapped around the building and you got a fucking absolute fucking Momo on the window who doesn't know how to communicate with people because she's trying to get motherfuckers around her. And I'm out doing whatever I'm doing. I know you guys think Jason is just a fucking prick. Right out there smoking a cigarette, right? No, Jason's smoking a joint. You know I'm smoking a joint. Know that during your slowest period of time, the Lord is giving me my toughest battles. I have a very destructive past. Some would say I have a violent past. I would say I play to my competition. So, Stephen, know that when I come out to the lobby to take care of that most sacred of public areas, I'm ready to fucking kill something. Because software engineers are goddamn communist fucking Nazis. Yeah. It's bad. It's bad. Did you know that billionaire Randy sent a man to come talk to me about floor care and chemicals? Did you know that? Enzymatic cleaners. Enzymatic cleaners, that's the word. I got a job at this restaurant, just trying to get some hours, maybe get some extra money, feel good about myself, lessen the suicide in my diet. You know what I'm saying? That kind of fucking thing. I don't really need a job per se because my wife has a great career. I don't mind it. I mean, I do mind, but she doesn't mind. But I mind, because I got self-respect. So I take this job thinking I'm just going to be some pissant fucking maintenance guy working in a fast food restaurant. But this store, which other stores, just got bought out by a billionaire. He bought a bunch of stores for like $200 million fucking dollars. And he likes our store, and he comes to our store. And all the real workers at the restaurant are on that side of the counter. The bullshit artist is out amongst the fucking public. And so I see this guy every time he comes, and we've developed a decent acquaintance. That's the word, acquaintance. He's not a friend. I wouldn't call him up for advice on what place that sells Y at 3 o'clock in the morning would be open. You know what I'm saying? But we're acquaintances. And when he tells you what kind of a job you're doing and how the community is responding to the store change, and he's going to have outside contractors come in and talk to you, you start to feel what I like to call corporate pressure. I spend every day of my life trying to sound like an uneducated piece of shit for several reasons, prime among of which is I do not want to be held accountable for my actions. If you sound like a fucking moron, people are going to be like, oh, that's just Jason. And then 10 years down the line, they're like, what do you mean he's got an IQ of 172? That motherfucker fucked my dog! You know, that kind of shit. And they get kind of sensitive. And so I fucked up and started talking like a white person in front of my billionaire boss. And fucking, he thought that's the way I was. And so, like, the rest of the time when I'm talking to Steve, I'm like, yo, Jive Ass Turkey, what's happening? Right? You know, because I'm a Jive Ass Turkey. But when this billionaire shows up, and he's like the butler in Mr. Deeds, like, he won't be there, and then he'll be like, hi, Jason, how's my $18 million store doing? It looks great. Have you sprayed those weeds yet? Yes, sir, I have. I've tried using the original solution, and I found it to be inadequate in the environment of which it's trying to be used. The canopy of the weeds is triple thick. So I had to up the potency of the solution. I hope it doesn't have a negative impact on your budget for this project. Steven, you've known me for 4 months. Does that sound like some shit that would come the fuck out of my cocksucker? Does it? Not at all. Not fucking at all. Not fucking at all. When I argue with people and I talk about things I say, I call my mouth my cockhole because I try to calm them down. Okay, this is a cockhole. This cockhole. But that's how I have to talk to the fucking owner of the company, Steven. I'm not comfortable fucking doing that. I just look like this. I just look like the dad that knows everything, that's got a fucking solid job. I've got a whole fucking wall of fucking perfectly organized tools, which doesn't fucking exist in my house because I just look like this. Okay? I hate it. I wish I looked like you. You wouldn't know what to expect. Some smooth shit, some jazz on the stereo, and I'm banging your mom. You know, like fucking. Madeline, is he or is he not banging your mom? Christina, are you Madeline's mom? I'm 16. Yeah. Fucking, do you or do you not? With Steven. A little bit. We'd be like Emiliano Zapata and Science in the Revolution, baby! Does he or does he not? Okay, there's no domestic violence, but there's probably some good sex. I mean, Steve, look at Steve. He looks like he could maintain 500 hip thrusts every 20 minutes for a good 3.5 hours. I fucking bet you do. You ain't got an ounce of fat on you. You're all ankles and dick, bro. Look at this mad guy. Look at him. Zachary. Men's Health magazine puts out an article every year. And it says for every 30 pounds a man loses, he gains an inch of dick. So I gotta ask you one question. What's more important in life? Picking up a dead OD victim by their belt? Or taking 3 seconds to stick your dick into somebody? It's a hard choice. I know, I deal with it every day. The only reason it's not a problem for me is because I don't need a mirror to stand. I don't need to stand on a mirror to see my own dick yet. I'm getting there. Getting close. My job where I work, they got a lot of need and mirror to see your dick food over there. And I try not to partake. But if I do partake, I always steal the bacon. I remember when that was a hanging offense in fast food. But in 2025, if you show up for work, they can't fire you. I don't know. Did you hear about my HR complaint? Yeah. Your manager in training, call HR. Guess what lie she picked? Guess what lie? You know Alex? She said I called him a real. I love that little boy, and I'm the only person in that place that holds his hand, and that's what she decided to say that the guy that rode the short bus for 11 of the 12 years of his scholastic career called someone else a re at work. Look at the predator in her natural habitat. As you can see, it's Lauren. Post baby. That's why she's walking around with absolutely no hope in life, because she knows for the next 18 years her happiness is tied to her child's success.
You have my full permission to go smack him.
She's wearing the right pants. She can do one of those Sonya Blade things. She's probably on a Stairmaster 6 hours a day, kick the shit out of me. Hi, Lauren. How are you? Why do you say it like that? What do you say? Good, how are you? Because you sound like that, now I've got it, that sounds pretty good for a fucking night. My son's grandfather, my deceased children's mother's dad, he has a thing that says, he goes, no.
I just came to ask if anybody wanted anything to drink.
Does anybody want drinks? Lauren's walking around asking if people want drinks. Soft drinks, cold drinks, hard drinks. Why? Why? Why would you abandon these people? Like, I'm standing in front of them. Wait, how many conceal and carry motherfuckers we got out here? County line, you carrying? No. This is Shinoa. This is Shinoa. When you move to Shinoa, the first thing people ask you is, hey, you need a gun? You got a gun? You want some guns? Got any ammo for that gun? No, you ain't got no ammo. And they just, exactly, he knows. But he just goes to bus stops and hands out revolvers to children. You know, nothing crazy. Little 22. Make it happen. Make it happen, kids. Try not to break my record. He finds the bigger kids. See, what he does is he trolls the schools. He's an EMT, so he goes and he teaches, you know, life saving, blah blah blah. You know, wear your seatbelt, this, that, and the other. But what he's really doing is he's checking the classes for the bulkier kids, and he purposely fucks their lives so they have no chance at scholastic sports, so they can't like break any of those records. That's what he does. He's playing the long game. Yeah, love it. So, sir, in the love seat, what do you do for a living? Local 99? Good for you. My stepdad ran 99 for years. Yeah. He's an Irish piece of shit. No offense to any Irish people here right now. I don't blame you. I blame your fucking parents, like everybody. You know what I'm saying? How many hours did you work this week? 42. Steve worked 42 hours this week. He fed more people. Wait, how many people did you get to give the ability to shit in our house to? What do you think's more important? Helping people get it in, or seeing to it that they can get it out? It's an age-old question. The Romans answered that for us with a thing called the communal sponge. Do you know what the communal sponge was? People? People? Do we got the internet? Okay, the communal sponge was the Romans, because the Romans wanted to be the biggest and best of everything. They made everything public, their baths, their bathrooms, their showers, everything. They had public toilets, and at the public toilet, when you wanted to wipe when you got done, there was a stick with a bit of cloth on the end of it, and you would use that to wipe your culo, right? After 10,000 other motherfuckers had done it. It was like prison, but worse. Less rape, because back then everybody was just fucking everybody. It was just what they fucking did. Hell yeah. I'm like, it's nice out here tonight. Is everybody okay? Is everybody comfortable? Maybe are you comfortable? You don't want me to fucking sexually assault Dylan for making us be outside?
Yeah, a
Do you
little.
think it would be assault, or do you think you'd be willing? I've got the curves, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've got the curves.
There are children.
Dylan, do they understand anything I'm saying? ¿Sabes qué es inglés? I'm a bad influence on children?
Who would have thought?
I've never heard that before in my life. Ever. Ever. When my son graduated high school, I put him right in front of a laptop for fill out the application to be a correctional officer. Now he did, like a millennial, whine and piss and fucking cry, and he asked me, he's like, Dad, why are you having me do this now? And I'm standing over him at the time, and I say, because I don't want you to live life free long enough to fuck it up! And now he's on the TAC team. Look at him. Look at that fucking monster right there.
Still whining and bitching all the time.
Is he right? Is that right? He's not justifying his whining and bitching?
Not all the time.
He's not reactionary? He just... I don't know. I love my son. And you can too for $5. He's got a big house that needs repairs. He doesn't need a plumber though. He needs a fucking electrician. Hot water, lighting. We had this one electrician come in, and he was the electrical inspector for the city of fucking Gridley. He'd fix something and then something would break. He'd come back, fix it, something would break. He came back to fix that thing that broke, and fucking he fixed that in the entire electrical to his second floor, his modern electrical fucking board. So needless to say, that guy knows what my dick looks like. That's a true fucking story. He's seen it. Mm-hmm. I made sure I sent it to him. I sent it to him in email. I sent it to him in cell text. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, if I see that cocksucker in public, he's gonna see it in public. It's not gonna be as big as it was in the pictures. You understand what I'm saying? But he's gonna get the nub. Or the point. You know what I'm saying? Fuck yeah. Oh. I've literally only talked about nothing on this shit. Did I mention how stoned I got before this fucking show? At all to you guys? How are you guys? Are you guys from here? You too? Where are you from? Yeah. From Urbana? Oh, did you ever live in Idaho? No. An upper class girl. You live close? Towards Walmart or back more towards U of I land down whatever fucking road that is?
Around the corner from me.
So do you live here?
No, I come here a lot though.
You come here for him? You come here for him? No dice nada? No se habla inglés, no dice nada. Carajo. ¡No sabe carajo! Anyway, that's just one of those things. Well, I'm glad you're up here. I've lived in Urbana. I actually met my wife because I was living in Urbana. Her sister, you know the Freedom Show in North Cunningham? Across from the Circle K. Circle K. Her sister was working there. And I've been going up to that gas station for about a month. And one day she was out smoking a cigarette. And I pulled up in a Hodesy. And there was that song, I Ain't Missing You at All. And I got on the running board and I was like, I ain't missing you at all. And this crazy bitch messaged her and said, I just found your husband. And here we are, 9 years later, in Chinoa, with a bunch of strangers. Want to know how a man can feel comfortable talking about big black dick in front of children? I'm not. I'm fucking terrified. I am absolutely losing my god. Where the fuck are you going? You're leaving me out here to eat a bag of dicks? Okay. County line's back here. Okay. It's a poor substitute for Steven with his long, lean looks. Christina, you think? Okay, good. Anyways, yo tengo means you have, but I was talking about him. But I don't know how to say that in Spanish because again, no sabes que español. So anyways, I talked about nothing for 50 minutes. Miranda, you see how I get through my workday? Like, I don't feel like I've been up here for almost an hour. All day. Like, did I call you fucking Miranda? I'm fighting 6 generations of Alzheimer's, a bunch of childhood CTE, and I smoke 4.5625 pounds of weed a year. Now I know, I just put out some technical numbers, so the plumber, the educated person in the group, lifted up his head. And he's like, did that fat one-eyed motherfucker just say he smokes 4.5625 pounds of weed a year? Like, he works in fast food, he can't afford that. Well, I'm not paying taxes, bro, for one. And for two, the ability to smoke 4.5625 pounds of weed a year comes like this. There's 16 ounces in a pound. I smoke an ounce of weed about every 5 days. There are 72 or 74, I don't remember which, 5-day periods. You just followed by that little mic, that was so cute. It's like, wah, wah, and anyways, there are 72 or 74 5-day periods in a year, and if you put 16 into 72 or 74, it equals out to 4.5625 pounds of weed a year. Now, I'm sure Madeline and Mia wonder where the fuck I get all the energy I get. A lot of people do. A lot of people think I'm on methamphetamine. Amphetamina! Hey! Or that I'm on perico, cocaina! Cocaina, wait! But I'm not. First generation, naturally aspirated, big block fucking ADHD, ADD. I had doctors prescribe me Ritalin, lithium, thorazine. What's the C one that knocks you down? Klonopin. Yeah, I walked through that shit. I was 12 and they were getting wrong. They gave me this Hindu doctor, and he's like, Shazam! And it didn't work. He's like, lithium! Fuck! Klonopin! Fuck! Thorazine! Where the fuck is Stan Lee? You know, that motherfucker thought I was a man. There are people out there that spend several $1,000s a week to get chemically where I'm at naturally 5 minutes after I wake up. So you have to imagine the amount of weed it takes to counter all of that. And in my case, it's 4.565 pounds a year. I have to have it for public safety. If you notice, I haven't popped one boner since I've been up here. See? See? That one was for the wife. I love you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. So before I started doing these shows, my wife said, I don't not want you to do these shows, but I do not ever want you to make me the focus of any of your jokes or stories. And I try, but I love my wife. My wife. And she inspires me. She doesn't ever make me mad. She gets pissed. What,
I'm not wearing boots tonight to walk through all that BS.
Whoa. Okay.
I never make you mad. I can name 5
Mad?
reasons right now. You
My
really
wife
want to
gets
do
pissed off
this?
because I tell her that nothing she does annoys me. And she finds that hard to believe. But there are employees of the Department of Corrections in here who know some of the dark places you have to go when you're a felon. And compared to the places I've been to, compared to the things I've seen, compared to the whores, yeah, Santa's little helpers I've had to fucking deal with. Honey, you are a goddamn 65 degrees, 0 humidity day cloud. You are just awesome. And fucking thank you for keeping me around. For real. Otherwise, I'd be giving these shows on a cell phone in prison.
True story. Checks out.
Using tablets, who knows?
Zachary, how you doing?
100%.
Your ball staying in place? Got it. I said balls. G. Your sperm count must be fucking tremendous. Caffeine? Yeah. He knows that he was 9 feet fucking tall, 300 pounds when he was 7 years old. And he knows how old he is now. He doesn't think he can defend himself at that age when he gets old enough. Good call. Good call. Whereas Dylan got married to what could be best described as he got married to an Illinois 10. He did. But look at him. He's an LA 11. Jesus. Look at him. He's just gorgeous. So Zachary B's good friend, is my nephew. And to give you an instance of the level of psychological fuckery my family has, my nephew doesn't go out in public and he hates speaking to people, and all he wants to do is train because it allows him to kick and punch people and choke them. He doesn't want to work. He doesn't want to go out. He doesn't want to follow bitches. He just wants to strangle dudes with no cup on.
Wait till he finds out women like that.
I think he knows. That's why he's not entered sports as a transgender. I think he knows. I think he finds a humor in denying those fine women his, what we call the family curse. It's a curse. It's a curse. So, do you guys want to hear about places you can't be when you're insecure? Do you want to hear about Playland, loud snakes, and escaping children? Or do you want to hear about possibly having Vietnamese half-brothers? Vietnamese half-brothers? Anybody? Okay, Steven. This one's for you. So, for the first 40 years of my life, I didn't know who my biological dad was on a confirmed basis because my mom's psychosis was that of 2 months after my biological dad knocked her up, He did the biggest player move of the 1970s, figuring out how to get a psychopathic, narcissistic bitch off your back. And the way to do that is to, Park, knock up her hotter, more petite cousin. And the bitch's vanity will keep you from being bothered by her forever, or at least in my mother's psychotic case, it did. So when I found my father, he was dead. Oh shit, Jason's coming, I gotta die. This motherfucker died. And I found out a bunch of shit about him. My fucking biological dad signed up for Nam in 65. That's Vietnam. And I don't know, is anyone in this area ever watched a Vietnam era movie? Ever? Of all those movies, have you ever seen a Vietnam era movie that didn't include a scene in the fucking local whorehouse when they're booming the fucking local ladies without rubbers, right? My father was in the country for 6 years. That means he would have had at least 90 days of R&R per month, which means 90 times 6. That's 3 months times 6. That's 18 fucking months. Which means my biological dad, who was 6'6" and 180 pounds, Christina knows what I'm talking about. That means this motherfucker spent 18 months probably in whorehouses across Thailand and southern fucking Vietnam. So we're gonna fast forward a bit in time. We left Vietnam in 74 or 75. We evacuated. Do you know what happened in Vietnam 2 years after the war with America? You know what happened? Chinese invaded Vietnam, and they fucking lost. They fucking lost. Laos, Cambodia, all of them, once the VC won, that's Viet Cong, which is a derogatory term apparently in 2025, but it was in the history books when I was growing up, so that's what the fuck I call those mean little bastards. Anyways, people have been trying to invade their country till 85, 90, something like that, before big global international trade was pretty much streamlined by the United States Navy. And I started thinking about that, and then I started thinking about, I gotta have half siblings over Viet fucking Nam. And then I started thinking about how big my dad was. I started thinking about how big my retard ass is. Because I lived in short bus for 11 out of 12 years, I can say fucking retard. You know what? Side note, my parents got a check for me being retarded the whole time I was fucking a little kid, right? I turned 8 fucking teen, okay? I go to the Social Security office to get my retard check for me, and they told me, bro, it's a fucking miracle. You're not retarded anymore. You don't need a check. So anyways, I start thinking about this biomass right here, and then I start thinking about 6 foot 6 inch tall, blonde haired, 250-pound Vietnamese soldiers bayoneting tiny little Chinese dudes. And these tiny little Chinese dudes wanting to know what a football player from Nebraska with fucking Asian slitted eyes is doing, stabbing him with a fucking bayonet in fucking Vietnam. And then I was like, I've never been more proud to have Vietnamese people as family. Even though it's not confirmed they exist, but if you fuck anywhere for 18 months straight, you're gonna produce something. And my mom's not dying of herpes, so it's not fucking STDs, you know what I'm saying? So if you go to Vietnam or Thailand and you run into a 6 foot 6 inch tall, blue-eyed fucking Southeast Asian dude, there's probably a good chance he's like my nephew or something, or my fucking half brother. That's crazy as fuck. Crazy as fuck. How you doing, Madeline? Madeline, not Miranda. This moment's been brought to you by Black Market Street Weed. Remember, buy local. Buy local. So has anybody had a good time at this outdoor show? Alright, to the people who've been here before, how would you rate it against previous shows? Was it better? Just as good? Fucking terrible? Yeah. Well, I love the fact that people over at Dollar General were just walking in and out, got to hear about Big Black Cock and this, that, and the other. But that says Dollar General, not Family Dollar. So I don't think they can get us. So did you get any messages about the adult show sign in front of your... You got phone calls? From the city? So Dylan, because he's good looking and he has a wife, he had to go do some shit earlier while we were getting ready to set up for this afternoon. And he hands me, Steven, this motherfucking Mexican boy over here. He hands me a double-sided chalk billboard with some fucking, like, paint markers, and he's like, make the sign for the show. And I'm all like, this is the sign for the show, bro. He's like, no, man, I want you to make a little billboard. It's gonna go right next to 24, Route 24, that spans fucking 33% of the country. And I'm like, what do you want me to write? He's like, make it 3 words and put the time down. And my first thought was free dick show. And I was gonna write that. And he was supposed to have left. But his fucking little brown-skinned ass fucking came back in, and he's like, no dick show. And then I'm like, I remember 72nd Avenue in fucking Manhattan in the 80s. It was the porn fucking, you know what I'm saying, all the porn shows, this, that, and the other. And it all says free adult show. And I'm like, free adult show. Yeah, I get to put free adult show in front of a family atmosphere freaking establishment. How many phone calls, Dylan? You got one.
We can't expect a stripper.
You want to see some titty? I'll show you some titty.
They call 3 times.
I love it. I love it. Morgan won't let me do the sign at work, Steven. Morgan won't let me do the sign at work. But she doesn't know that I have like $1,000 of credit on an Amazon account, and I know how to order those letters. She put down welcome travelers. You guys drove past the restaurant and it says welcome travelers on the sign? Why don't you go ahead and Google the politically correct term for gypsies there, bud? No. After they put that sign up, I was out working yesterday outside. I had 20 different motherfuckers with tar trucks pull up asking me if they wanted to seal coat the fucking driveway, bro. I said, how long is it guaranteed for? They're like, as long as you can see the fucking table. I said, but told them I can't do it, bro. Can't do it. Need to fix the water here. Can't seal coat. Sorry about that. It's just something I do. ADHD. So I couldn't be a heart surgeon because I'd have somebody's left ventricle. Yes, I know what that is. I just look like this. I know what a left ventricle is. It's over here somewhere. And like a piece of dust would fall and glint off the light, and I'd be like, oh wow, look at that. Somebody's not done their job in here. Fire the fucking cleaners. Brittany Boyd, ladies and gentlemen, from local fast food fame. Bye. Thanks for sort of being here. Did you thumbs up me, you fucking bitch? Fuck you too. I'm gonna do it for my birthday. Anyways, that's one of my bosses. Look, it's 8:05. She hung out long enough to make sure I didn't talk any fucking shit about the story I could get fired for, because this is going up on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it's live video on Facebook right now. She's texting Morgan right now. Oh, hey, it's like 8:05. He's almost done. Coast is clear. I'm going home. I fucking won $2,700. I gotta get the fuck out of here. I wonder if she's still back there. So is it interesting just watching the psychological fucking process, like the brainwashing machine go on? Is this fun? Is this entertaining? Urbana, is this entertaining? What, son? Oh. You think I could make people laugh at Jupiter's? I don't know. The U of I crowd, bro.
Well, which Jupiter?
Jupiter's one. Not way the fuck Southwest fucking goddamn trailer parks out. That Jupiter's is where the fucking new construction husbands and wives go to cheat on each other. That's where they, but though I would live there in like 20 years, that's where they fucking go. That's where they go. My daughter does that. My oldest daughter, the future lawyer. Psychosis. Oh shit. Oh. If any of you guys cheat on your wives or have a lot of fucking baby mamas, you better hope my fucking oldest daughter doesn't become a family court lawyer, because she's fucking evil, bro. She's evil. She likes to play with the food. Natalie. She doesn't want to know. She likes to play with fucking food. She fucking knows it. She's fucking ambush artist. She's predatory. Predatory. Not like Savannah predatory. You know what I'm saying? Like she's like Savannah's like, hi! How are you? Or Savannah's like, oh, did I drop that? I'm sorry. She's predatory, but not like that. She's like, she'd make a good CIA case officer. She's that kind of predatory. And if anything bad happens, she'll just be like, I'm just doing my job, which is why you dudes better hope she never becomes a family court lawyer. She's half Jewish, half Polish, half Swedish. She's got many halves. She's a multifaceted person. But if she becomes a lawyer and she's in family court, Joey Diaz has a favorite Led Zeppelin song. It's called No Quarter. She's coming after the house. She's coming after your parents' house for birthing you. She'll argue that successfully in court. Trust me, everything. My baby girl. So when you say you're going to college, Madeline, all I picture is, oh my God, another one. In 15 years, Madeline's going to be wearing a fucking robe up on a goddamn bench. Fucking, Mr. Jones, you haven't paid child support in 3 months. Why haven't you paid child support? It's hot out here in the streets, man. These what? I'm just up here bullshitting. What is your name, sir? Jose. No, where Jose? Se llama. What is your name? You're with Brianna fucking Toth. It's from Game of Thrones. You ever seen Game of Thrones? You've never. You must have had a life. Yeah, maybe not. So. Yeah. It's been an hour and 10 minutes. You guys want more? You want more?
What crowd bell?
More? Security? That's the question of an educated person. There are 2 places I've learned in my travels you cannot go to if you have any insecurities whatsoever. 1, you cannot go to prison if you're insecure about yourself at all. And it's not because of the violence or being told what to do by motherfuckers you wouldn't trust with a warm cup of piss. It's about the big giant cock you see in prison. You think I'm doing pretty good for a white guy, yeah, fucking go out the band, this, that, and the other. You go take a shower, you turn around and you see a fucking dick the size of which you're like, how does this fucking spine take that? You will see some suicide inducing. I know. You will see some. Is that a Buick Rendezvous? Is that a gold Buick Rendezvous? I think it is. You will see some suicide inducing cock in fucking prison. You will see some dick in fucking prison that will make that motherfucker make you ask him, hey bro, where you from? You don't really give a shit about where he's from. You're just trying to make sure he's not gonna live, he's not from anywhere. You plan on living. Because if you got a cock like that roaming the fucking countryside, what in the fuck are you gonna do after that? You see what I'm saying? And like, you cannot be insecure. Like, Okay, for instance, I'm a big guy. Alright. I'm a relatively strong person, or I was a relatively strong person. My son is a national powerlifting champion. My son is the 124 kilogram national powerlifting champion in 2019. My oldest son came in second fucking place for the whole country. Those are what my genes produce. Sorry, girls, please take it. She is 1/16 black, and those genes together are going to produce Division I national fucking champions, and that is my retirement fund right there. Just letting you fucking know. That is goddamn. Jaquan Keighin, Colorado State, linebacker, number 72. Yeah, yeah. Let's go. But anyways, I don't care how strong you are. I don't care how tough you are. I don't care what kind of guns you've had, what you can do with a knife, what you can do with a staff, or any kind of weapon. When you see a Puerto Rican man who is 5'9" and 190 pounds lay down on a fucking bench press bench with his head at the foot of the fucking bench, and you see his Puerto Rican homie scoot up the 365 bar up to his head while you're doing reps with a bullshit ass 250, 255, 280. You're doing that with his chest. And you see this Puerto Rican man grab the 365 and do pullovers like he's eating fucking potato chips and watching television while he eyeball fucks you the way P. Diddy did Justin Bieber when they first fucking met. You better not have any goddamn insecurities whatsoever. I don't give a fuck, because if you see a man that can do that, you know there is no way, if he wants to stop him from fucking you. Because he just did 365 pullovers. Pullovers. Imagine you're laying down, and imagine how much weight you could pick up and do this with. And then figure out how much that is, and then think about that Puerto Rican man doing pullovers with the 365-pound bar. I don't care how big you are. Cold off, I don't care how big you are. Xander, I don't care how fucking big you are. I've never seen you do pullovers with the 365. No, you can't be insecure and go to prison. For one thing, you see people like that. And then you remember people like that. And then you walk around, and for the rest of your life, when you see a motherfucker that looks like that, you're going to be like, that dude could probably fuck me if he wanted to. For the rest of your life. And that suicide-inducing cock guy, you're going to, for the rest of your life, you're going to see a 5'4" tall black man, and you're going to think, that dude could fuck my entire family without moving. Literally. Literally. And you're going to apply that all the time. The other place you cannot go and have any insecurities is you cannot work fast food and be a grown man and have any insecurities. Because the first thing people think when they see me cleaning stuff up, fixing stuff at fast food, they're like, oh, look at the retard. He's doing such a good job. And they're right. I'm retarded. But not really. Like I am. But I am not. Am I retarded, Steven?
No.
Can't get-
Not anymore than the rest of us.
But, see, we had the 2020 election, so I can't really feel good about that statement at all. You know? Fuck it. She's like, hijo de la puta fue estúpido blanco. Everything. No, I was talking about you, talking about. She looked at me when I said 2020 election. She's like, hijo de estúpido blanco. Y I feel white. No sabes que es español aquí. I don't know Spanish. But I scare the shit out of Mexicans when I speak it. Because they're like, oh fuck, I've been talking shit about this fat one-eyed motherfucker for the whole time I've fucking been here. And I'll be like, yo sabe. What? I just fuck with people. Yeah, see, he knows, Jose's telling you. He's telling you, he's like, this motherfucker can speak Spanish, man. Fucking, is the car locked? Is the car locked? You gotta watch out for those one-eyed fat guys, bro. They know things. Now, when you look like this, bro, you can't hang out with prime white people. You can't hang out with the Zachary B's, plumbers, because you look like this. They don't want to be seen around you. They got reputations. So who do you gotta hang out with? The brothers? And they're Mexicans. You gotta do that shit. And trust me, when you see a pack of Mexicans or a pack of brothers and you see the white guy that's with him, that's our guy that fucking missile. Hey, wait up! And that's the motherfucker that was talking to my sister, bro. Hey, go fuck that dude up. Dude's a cop. Off duty cop. And he just goes over there, gets a couple of licks in, and then he gets tased and shot. And they're like, oh man, look at Tyler. Well, he just got shot white. Or if you're with the brothers, they're like, yo, dog. That's a motherfucker that broke into my grandma's house. I can't do nothing to him because I'll be a suspect, you know what I'm saying? Go handle that. And that motherfucker be the dude's dad. And he knows you. You just don't know him because you're semi-racist. All black people look alike, right? You go over there and he's like, Brian. Who's the master now, Brian? Wah! And fucking get your ass beat. You know what I'm saying? Fucking those white dudes that hang out with the fucking Mexicans and the motherfucking brothers, those are some special fucking people. I went to an all-black group home when I was 5. Listen to me. I'm sounding like I'm on American Meat, yo. Don't look at me, little puppet. Don't look at me. But it's getting dark. It's a beautiful night. I'm
Is
really
it
glad
still a
you
full
fucking-
moon?
What?
Is it still a full moon? Can you stay out after dark?
Shut the fuck up. It's not a full fucking moon. Is it a full moon tonight? Is it a luna? No? Is it a full moon? Jose! Jose, your grandma was a fucking bruja. You don't know if it's a full moon? Do you guys know the lunar cycle is where the word lunatic comes from? Lunatic. Whatever low will want. But I hope you guys had a good time. Madeline's over there picking on herself. Steven's over there pointing out her imperfections like a good stepfather. He's like, oh yeah, wave. What's that, wave? She's like, nothing. Stop it. See, she's flexing. She's like, shh. Didn't even look in a nigga's direction when I ran the intersection. No flexing. Anyways, I think I'm gonna cut this off. I'm glad everyone's here. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad Palmer made it. That's my daughter. That's why I didn't naturally point her out. I'll point out Zach, because Zach can defend himself, you know, and he's never gonna say, I really like Jason Keighin if a bunch of people fucking come up to him and be like, we saw you at Keegan's show, bro. No, man, no. I stand with H&H. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's fucking but I'm glad everybody came out. That sexy motherfucker's been to a couple of my shows. Look at the fucking guns on this dude. You guys didn't make him put on a long shirt? You didn't tell him it's a gun-free zone? Yeah, I'm talking about you silver fox. Yeah. He goes like this. He puts his hand up, right? He goes, who, me? Me? Yo, man, I wake up like this, bro. I get these muscles from brushing my teeth. That's what he says. Dylan, thank you for having me. I hope you guys had a good night. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope the fucking dribble that came out of my cock hole made your expense here worth it. Steve, I hope I did a good job. Did I do a good job, Steve? Oh, don't do no patronization. I did a good job tonight, folks. Well, I hope you guys had a good time. I've had a great time. It's beautiful out. The sky is the color of my Kia. It's got 194 horsepower. I had Kia because it's my wife's fault. I wasn't getting fucking focused. Then I found out Kia's got 194 horsepower. Now before you talk shit about my little wing, motherfucking Camaros, the stock Camaros, the base models from 1967 to 1992 only had 163 horsepower. Yeah. Chanel, I hope you had a great night. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for coming out. Christine, you have a great night.